Hey guys, how you going? Okay guys, thanks for joining me. I had intended on coming back earlier, but I was watching some really weird stuff on YouTube in the last couple of days, and it actually gave me a headache. There's one person on YouTube that can give me a really bad headache, and it's a person that's connected to the Sean Atwood stuff, but it's a person who argues, asks people questions and argues with them and won't let them talk and won't let them answer, and then at the end wonders why they haven't answered, but she hasn't stopped talking. So it's just some insanity I've been watching over the last couple of days that is just absolutely unbelievable. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can make this bigger for you guys so you can see it better as well. Okay, that's better. From Cat Turd on Twitter, I'm going to go through the Twitter posts. Disclaimer, this video is opinion, mainly. Yeah, so let's get on with it. This one from Cat Turd, what the is so damn embarrassing. This is so damn embarrassing. And it's referring to this For America post. When asked if he still thinks Vladimir Putin is a killer, Joe Biden takes 25 seconds to say absolutely nothing. Okay, you ready for it?
Well, look, I mean, he has made clear that the answer is, I believe he has in the past essentially acknowledged that he was, there are certain things that he would do or did do. But look, I mean, he is...
Okay. The people I was listening to the person I was listening to the last couple of days on different channels sounded like Joe Biden. Honestly, that's just... and imagine that, like, as the President of the United States, that is scary. Do you know the President of the United States is the leader of the free world? Having a leader that can't even speak is quite scary. And people think Kamala Harris will take over, and I don't know, to be honest, because he is not well. He does have problems. This one from the British Patriot at LBRY. The sickness is in our heads. Stop watching TV. Eric Clapton. And this is from Eric Clapton. He's speaking out against the thing after receiving and suffering some side effects. So I can't even mention it. I've got to be very careful what I say here, so I'm hoping you can read it. I probably won't be able to play it because I'll probably get in a little bit of trouble if I do. Ryan James Godusky, sorry, trying to get my mouth around that. The GOP gained House seats in the 2020 election. Did you know that? This one from the Daily Caller. Biden, the Republican Party is vastly diminished in numbers. The leadership of the Republican Party is fractured, and the Trump wing of the party is the bulk of the party, but it makes up a significant minority of the American people. That's what they want people to think that that's falling apart, but that they gained House seats in 2020. And I believe they also had the Senate, and the Senate was important and the House was important. So let's see how that goes. Alex Salvi, at Alex Salvi News, US press was largely sidelined at G7. The US press blocked from Erdogan meeting. The Turkish press allowed in the Erdogan meeting. Biden-Erdogan meeting started late. Erdogan already wrapped up his briefing, and Biden now over 2 hours late to his briefing. What a mess. I think, but we need to be shown. We need to be shown exactly, because a lot of people won't listen when you try and tell them, so they're going to be shown. Get back to life. Do not comply. Free Victoria. Mr. Weimar suspected there would people in the community who may still be harbouring the virus. Yeah, I don't like this man. The state's coronavirus commander has been slammed for telling Victorians they should call out people who have the sniffles. My goodness. This evil POS wants you to be the sniffles police. Laugh in his face every chance you get. This deliberate division. A good old tactic from you know where and you know when. Okay, fight for freedom. Love this. Where am I up to? Hang on. I want to play the whole thing. Ready?
You have very low unemployment rate in the US and we have a very high unemployment rate in France. How come? What's the recipe for...
Well, maybe we have a better president than you do.
Classic. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Well, oh, is there a thread there? Is there more? Nope. Okay. From Ron Milner, at Ron Milner Boodle, headline, unemployment fraud during this could easily reach $400 billion, according to some estimates, and the bulk of the money likely ended in the hands of foreign crime syndicates, making this not just theft, but a matter of national security. And that is very interesting. Ron Milner's pretty good. As you know, I follow all these people on Twitter, and some of them just come up because other people like them. But if I see something that I think makes a good point, I'll bookmark it. So then this one from Conspiracy Bot. Do your homework. Or your homework today is the search event 201. And that's because they had planned it years before it happened. This. Anyway, from this one, Sugary Iron, no one is interested in this nurse. Here, no one wants it. She's walking around trying to get people to sign up, to volunteer, and she's not getting a very good response. Most people, you can see them slightly shake their head no, or they say, I don't know, they probably, yeah, I don't know, but I would 10-foot pole that one. Time Traveller Anonymous at Time Travel Anon, when you can't find your phone, so you start checking pockets. Oh, that doesn't look it looks better there, you can see it better. Well, you see all these hand gestures, Freemasonry. They're Freemason hand gestures. And they always tuck it in the lapel of their jacket, or or in their coat, sorry. Not always the same hand either. Some of them did it on the other side. They do the one eye with a hand behind the back. Hands behind the back. Very interesting. But that's what that is. These signs are Freemason signs, to let others know they're part of the group. Sean Hannity at Sean Hannity says, getting worse. Biden mixed up Syria and Libya 3 times in 90 seconds. Oh dear God. Okay, so if anyone was threatening the United States, what would Biden do if another country started threatening the United States of America? I don't think he'd be able to do much. This one from Andy No. Read this thread on the suspect who allegedly hit street protesters in Minneapolis overnight with his car, killing one. The left and far left are saying he's a white supremacist, but there's no evidence of that. He has a lengthy DUI history and his sentencing stayed. So what you've got here is on Crime Watch MPLS, Nicholas David Krause, 35, in custody on probable cause, criminal vehicular homicide following last night's fatal crash into protesters at Uptown MPLS. Krause has a lengthy history of DWI and driving offences. Let's have a look at the thread. So there you go. He's got a few driving offences. Claus has had at least 2 felony convictions on first-degree DWI. Both felony sentences were stayed by Ramsey County Judge Salvador Rosas, appointed by Perpich and now retired. Anoka County Judge Thomas M. Fitzpatrick, appointed by Polenti. And shows you the 2 judges. Krause has at least 5 prior convictions for DWI, including 2 felonies. He also has convictions for driving after cancellation, assault, obstruction, careless driving, speeding, driving without a licence, plus. As we pointed out yesterday, our system, through the sentencing guidelines, allows for stayed sentences on many felony crimes, meaning offenders are allowed to continue offending after conviction, very often with eventual tragic results. Felony DWI and MN is presumed stayed. And then it shows you more. Have a look at that. Felony DWI, financial exploitation of a vulnerable adult. Wow. By any measure, Krause should have been imprisoned on the second felony DWI, as its criminal history score at that point would have allowed it, but Judge Thomas Fitzpatrick deviated from the prescribed sentence with a dispositional departure. Great. So they're letting him off. Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable that that's happening. Okay, Anthony, not a bot, 2, says, if masks work and lockdown work, why would we have to keep wearing them and locking down? If I tried to unlock my car with a cucumber and it did not work, I would not try it every day for 18 months just to see if it did work for one day. And I agree with that. What else has he got? Irrefutable evidence. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's good. You don't keep trying. Oh dear. Yeah, the very definition of insanity, it's, well, stupidity as well, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Dr. Gaeta, Nike laying off staff and announced a $790 million loss in its latest quarterly earnings. Get woke, go broke. Has anyone else noticed that? Every company who bends to political correctness ends up going broke. Wonder why that is. And I hope you can read the next one. I'm not going to read it out, but it's just from Yiga Star House. Wonder how long this will stay up, as the truth has a way of disappearing around here. Grab the info quick, at least, so you have it. And what I will do is I will put the links down below for you to go and click on if you want to, because there's some, as I said, I haven't read, because it's a bit difficult on here to know exactly what you can say and what you can't say. Also, if anybody does have a YouTube channel, there is a survey going around. Please answer the questions. It asks how happy you are with them. I was just the wrong person to ask. And my survey would have gone down like a ton of bricks, really. The next one is the Baron of Burleigh. The MSM forgot to tell you that the man of the Sri Lanka family went home to Sri Lanka 3 times and returned to Bloela? I can't say that. It's all media BS, beat up. And that was the one I was showing the other day. I don't know if it was my last video here or Rumble. I'm getting a bit confused because I'm uploading on here and Rumble. If you want the really good news, please go to Rumble. I'm having trouble uploading onto Bitchute as well. But I read a story about this the other day. They're trying to push the people in immigration detention centres. They're trying to make people feel sorry for them so that they can, bring them in. There's a problem with that. It's fake. It really is. Okay, James Woods, and that's in Australia. This I believe it is anyway. Let me see. Okay, I grew up with real refugees. He and his family never went back to Vietnam. I've worked and lived next door to a Middle Eastern refugees. Once or twice a year, they holiday in the country they left, fearing for their lives. Okay, that says it all. So, yeah, as I said, this is just opinion. This is nothing that, like, not a whole lot of news, but there's a lot of opinion, and there's a lot of good opinion, and also a lot of bad opinion. But, you know, you find the right people, you get good opinions. This one from James Woods at Real James Woods. All of Los Angeles County is like this now. There are some pockets of respite, but LA is gone. It's over. It's like hell went to hell. The tragic demise of Venice Beach. My goodness. And then from Avi Yamini, Italy bans that thing for under 60s after teen death. So that's from the times.co.uk. If these deaths were counted the same way they counted the virus deaths, anyone who dies for any reason within 28 days of receiving it would reach alarming numbers. It would reach alarming numbers. That'd be more of a pandemic, I think. This one from Tim Poole, I had to share this one. A lot of critical infrastructure getting hacked, shut down, or facing catastrophe. Yes, a lot of it seems to have to do with power or chemicals or... Okay, so there's that one. Chemtool plant in Rockton, Illinois. Correct me if I'm wrong when I say that. I believe IL is Illinois. I'm not 100% sure because I'm Australian. Ian Miles Chong says the fire is so massive it's being picked up on the Quad Cities Doppler radar. Someone asked, what did it have on Clinton? Oh, that's another thing. The body count seems to be going up. Still. Josephine Cashman at Josiami Cashman says Premier Kay Keneally kicked elders out on the street after promising them a cultural centre. I housed them for a year. Now she's carrying on about the Tamil family, pretending she cares, raising expectations when they cannot stay. They're being used as pawns to attack the government. Now that's what I was talking about. This is happening a lot in Australia. The actual Indigenous Australians are being not being treated fairly, and then we have people coming in who are treated better than everybody else. That's all I want to say. That's the way it seems. That's how it looks to me. I'm not saying that is how it is. It is how it looks to me. This one from City Lawyers. Sydney, watch your left. Our dystopian journey with Dan and his carefully mouthed lies continues while you up there live normal lives. You have no idea what wreckers these neo-Marxists are. Tumbleweeds roll down the Burke Street of our gutted ghost town. Don't make our mistake. Don't do it. New South Wales, you need to be very careful. And I'm in New South Wales too, so all of us need to be very, very careful. Don't let it happen. Say something. This one from Stephen Crowder. You are in a free country, not when there is a rule of law, but when the rules are applied equally. But what we on the right are experiencing is rules for thee, but not for me. Where's the equality in that? I demand equality. I demand from YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and everywhere, I demand equality. We all should. From Jeffrey Spicoli, My uncle got it last month. He had a stroke Friday night, fell and hit his head. Life flighted to Denver. Cause of stroke? Clotting. That's really sad. From Cat Turd again. Funny how Twitter purges only happen to conservative accounts. It is, because that's what happens here. We tend to lose our how many followers? I'm still sitting on the same, even though more people follow me. I just don't move. Okay, that's fine. People probably leave. That's good. That's fine. You know, I prefer if they don't like me that they do leave. But yeah, they do that on YouTube too. They hold numbers down so that yeah, you just don't get seen as much. The next one is from Luke Rakowski. Sorry, Luke. I know who Luke is. He's We Are Change. Luke. One rule for thee, but another for me. Check this out. How sad is that? Show your normal friends this. Show your normal friends this and ask. Ask why. Why is this happening? Why? I mean, they show you a social distancing picture. They use them for the presses. But straight after, they're all, look at this, tight knit. How rude. I think it's over now. Malcolm Roberts from Malcolm Roberts, Queensland. Great questions, basic questions. Craig Kelly MP. Oh my God, can anyone explain this? For if we can't, we are looking at a deadly blunder of historical proportions. Based on that chart, it appears since the Vs have started to roll out, there's been a slightly increased amount of deaths from symptoms, signs and abnormal clinical and laboratory findings, not elsewhere. Classified. Oh dear. So what is it? Influenza and pneumonia has gone rrr. Symptoms, signs and abnormal clinical findings go rrr. I believe you know what that means. I hope you know what that means. Let me have a look. What else has he got? Based on that chart, it appears since they've rolled out, there's been more deaths from symptoms. Okay. Okay, well, I will put all these links down below for you to have a look at. James Woods, at Real James Woods, at what point do these pronouncements become market manipulation? The New York Post writes, Bitcoin surges 10% after Elon Musk says Tesla may accept it again. He's playing with the market. It's market manipulation. They sink it, or they make it go down by saying he said he would not accept Bitcoin, and everyone, like, it started to go down. Now, after he says he may accept it again, it's going back up again. That's how they do it. All a company has to do is say something in the public square, like the CEO or something, and it'll turn the market, mate. They turn the markets. We have nothing to do with it, but they do. From Josephine Cashman at Josie Amy Cashman. Go directly to jail, do not pass Pascoe. Josephine Cashman was sacked by Ken Wyatt for having the audacity to call out faux Aboriginal Bruce Pascoe as a fraud, because he is. He's not an Aboriginal. He is an Englishman. But he is claiming to be Aboriginal. He is not. And this one from Cyrus A. Parser at the AI organisation. Sorry, I seem to have a bit of dyslexia saying them around the wrong way. Is it dyslexia? Saying things around the wrong way? Anyway, you can let me know down below. Never had it before, but seem to with social media. Happy birthday, President Trump. Cyrus and Trump were right about Wuhan lab bioweapon and everything else. And it says here, AI Trump China and the weaponization of robotics. Because you know that'll be coming next. So, not another nasty one at nasty1_not. Apparently, unvaccinated are important now. Those that have been have had something happen to them need blood from those who've not been in that situation. I have no problems donating, but it's going to cost you $15,000 a pint and $25,000 for 2 pints. And I won't read the last bit. Oh dear. But yeah, is that right? Is that correct? Is it? I didn't know that. Are they needing blood from people, normal people now? I don't know. From Kazzy B, they're so scared of dying, they'll take something that has a known reaction to stop them from dying. Oh, this is a good one from Zuby at Zuby Music. Who was the last one from? Sorry, Kazzy B, yes. From Zuby at Zuby Music. If some people are still afraid of getting sick, then I 100% support their right to stay home indefinitely, close their business, wear masks, live in isolation, bathe in sanitizer, etc. I always did. I do not support their right to force everyone else to do the same. And I agree with that. Happy birthday again. Okay, from Not Another Nasty One again. The mainstream media are starting to attack a certain thing. Isn't it odd, as they haven't posted for well over 9 months, but now they want to attack it? Apparently he's already been attacked by some news stations. I'm wondering, I was on Sky News Australia. They put me up as a lunatic follower, okay? So I'm wondering if anyone has watched the SBS documentary on that particular subject, and if my face comes up at all. It would, I'd be the one from Australia saying, where we go, where we go. Can't say any more than that. Can't even say the letter of the alphabet, because even if I say something else with the letter of the alphabet, I'll be censored because I can't say that letter of the alphabet, apparently. So who knew? And that's about it from here. Let me see what else I can find for you guys. Has Netanyahu officially been ousted as Israel's Prime Minister? Can anyone tell me? Apparently he may have been. Naftali Bennett was sworn into office as the country's new leader. So that is very, very interesting. Okay. Now let's see what they've got to say here. Disturbing claims, alarming allegation about Star's collapse. Danish players and legends have made alarming allegations about what happened after Christian Eriksen's terrifying mid-game collapse. I could ask a question. Did he have anything? Did he have any medication not long before that? I'm just wondering. Like a shot or anything? Just interested. Star instantly fired after a bizarre rant. One really bad final outburst from this Celebrity Apprentice star saw the whole boardroom turn on her and her immediate firing. What? Is this what the news is? Some star said something bad, and so on Celebrity Apprentice. Okay, anyway, legend speechless TV star's remarks. Carolyn Wilson has come under fire from Gary Lyon for comments she made on live TV about AFL stars and their family situations. China mocks Australia with a cartoon. A cartoon depicting the G7... Oh, you can't see that. The G7 leaders as animals and describing Australia as, whoa. Double-faced has gone viral on Chinese social media. Lovely. With this, I wouldn't bother being offended. China, who wants China anyway, A shock twist in global drug bust. The sting of the century left some of the world's criminal organisations in ruins, but the operation hasn't arrested a single American. Let's have a look. Operation Ironside. Hundreds of alleged criminals are facing years behind bars after they were brought down by an anonymous encrypted app. I did read about this, Operation Ironside, known internationally as Trojan Shield. Saw police pounce on more than 800 people around the world. More than 250 Australians were part of that huge group, with accused bikies, mafia contacts and other underworld gang members arrested. And guess what? One of the people that were arrested in this lived across the road from where I was just living with my daughter not long before I moved here. So my daughter and my extended family heard it, like my son-in-law and his father and the children, my daughter's children, my grandchildren. They all got woken up at 6 a.m. with banging on the door across the road. They watched the police break in and take the people out, and then they watched as the police forensically removed every bit of everything from that house. So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. I don't necessarily trust mainstream media, but I will have a look. Jessica Biel, I had a secret COVID baby. Yeah, sure. We know. You can buy those baby bumps. You know. It's like the mask situation. Oh, some of those masks that they use in movies and stuff are really, really good. Victoria records 0 new local cases. Well, where are the cases coming from then? If there's 0 local ones, where... Oh my goodness, why are they shut down? Why? And why are they shut down when the rest of the, like the Queen and all of them, are not social distancing where they are? Okay, and here's that story I was talking about. The LBRY family to be allowed to reside in the Perth community. They've been held in a detention centre for years on Christmas Island. Wow. No final decision has been made on the family's application for refugee status that was previously rejected by the department. However, the Morrison government has the power to reopen this application. Yeah, well, they have the power, but will they? Because it's already been rejected. There's a reason why they reject things. And this little girl was the one who got one of the... was this the parents of the child who got put into hospital because she had pneumonia or chest infection? Because it seems like they're just trying to let everyone out of the detention centres into the community. That's what it looks like that they are trying to do here. These news, by appealing to your emotional sensitivity, you know. So just be careful with this kind of stuff. Like it's not that we don't want people here, we do. But if there's a reason why they shouldn't be here, then stick to that. There's a reason. They do this all the time too, and the media are the ones who make the public put pressure on the establishment. Yeah, the young child was seeking medical attention. Exactly, it is that family. This is how they do it. They appeal to your emotional sensitivity, to feel sorry for them, and then people put pressure on the government to try and let them stay, and you don't know what is going on because you don't know why the person was rejected in the first place. Yeah, see, what is this? What news is this? What news is this? What news is this? A pair of leggings has gone viral on TikTok? What is it? Let's have a look. TikTok users baffled by Savage X Fenty open back what? Oh dear. Oh dear. No wonder it's gone viral. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, along comes a very unique looking pair of tights that feature an eyebrow raising design. Can you see that? It's laced at the back right down to the butt. Images of the purple leggings have found their way onto social media after a shopper was so confused by its booty detail, she couldn't help but share it on TikTok. The woman, who goes by the handle of Father Marge, has clocked more than 3.2 million views on a video. Well done, love, which shows the leggings' playful surprise. We need answers, her caption reads, and definitely. Good on you, doll. She got a good, she went viral. The soft mesh tights feature a crisscross design that exposes your behind, and the racy look has attracted plenty of attention online. Okay, so I was on Fabletics to see their month's outfit because I had credit to use. The shopper began her now viral video. Can someone at Fabletics, tell me what this is? Things are getting a little bit crazy. While the shopper says the leggings belong to Fabletics, an activewear brand co-founded by actress Kate Hudson, who worked for the brand, were quick to point out it in fact belongs to Rihanna's Savage X Fenty range. The website describes the $68.50 item as being perfect for a cozy night in. Really? With your bum hanging out? Are they crazy? Has the world got insane? Oh my goodness. Our soft mesh open back crotchless legging features sheer soft mesh fabric that provides a comfortable fit and an open strappy back for a playful surprise. The product description reads, oh dear God. And it's the tights playful feature that's got TikTok users asking why. This can't be real, one woman said. Oh my God, hang on guys, I can't stop laughing. Okay, I tried taking a break and it didn't work. Crack leafage, another added, while a third said, oh hell no. Others couldn't quite believe the unique design. I was thinking maybe it was backwards, but then I realised that wouldn't work either. One TikTok user commented, oh, guys, I got to pull myself together. But for some, the controversial item wasn't so bad. Really? Oh. The leggings are part of Rihanna's Savage X Fenty range and have been described as having an open strappy back for a playful surprise. Oh dear, the mesh leggings also came with matching underwear that feature the same crisscross design on the rear. It is pretty clear these aren't the type of leggings you're going to wear to the grocery store. But it's something sexy and different from around the house or to sleep in. These are unique, flattering and really pretty, one woman wrote in the review section of the website. I love the back detail and even the crotchless design. You can wear panties under them or go commando, and both are comfy options. I'm so sorry, but that is so funny. Oh God. I'll be back. One sec. Okay, now these things may have been made for when you're sitting at home, right, wearing them, but I guarantee you someone is going to think that they can wear them out, and they will. I guarantee you some person is not going to realise. Oh my goodness, you might as well just start wearing like straps. Everyone might as well just start wearing straps across themselves. Don't worry about clothes, just put straps over it, you know, maybe some sticky tape. This is, I'm sorry, but that's how insane it seems to me, and that was quite, I'm glad I read that, because that was funny. A suspected murderer in seaside town. Police have launched a murder investigation after a woman's body was found in suspicious circumstances at a suburban home in Tasmania. Detectives have launched a murder probe in northern Tasmania after a woman's body was found in a suburban home. Police were called to an address in Main Street, Ulverstone, about 20 kilometres west of Devonport in the early hours of Tuesday morning. Tasmania Police confirmed a woman was found dead and the incident was being investigated as a suspected murder. Police are currently speaking with witnesses and forensic officers are examining the scene, police said in a statement. Oh, no. Further specialist forensic officers are travelling from Hobart to the scene. Police have the street blocked off between Shore Street and Eastland Drive. Anyone who saw a vehicle, person or anything suspicious in the area around 3 a.m. has been urged to contact police on 131 444. Another update is expected later on Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday morning. Victoria records, yep, okay. Mum's tragic final moments with daughter. The parents of a girl killed in a horror crash of oh. Twist in search for mum's body. Search has been launched at a Melbourne tip as detectives close in on efforts to find the body of missing mum. Oh no. Another one. Oh no. A search has been launched at a Melbourne tip. I read this the other day as well. The 33-year-old's body is yet to be found, but detectives have alleged she was murdered. They have charged her boyfriend, Jun Seong Tan, with one count, I can't even say that, with one count of murder after he was arrested at Melbourne Airport in February. Well, that's really sad. They're searching for a body. It was conducted earlier this year in bushland along the Darebin Creek in the Heidelberg West and Alphington areas. The mum of one was last seen alive at her home in Winchester Avenue, Epping, about 5:30 p.m. on February the 1st. Oh, she was wearing a pink nightgown and possibly pink slippers last she was seen. They think she was murdered on that night, but they don't know where she is. They haven't revealed what led them to search the tip, but Inspector Stamper previously said information provided from the public and evidence from their investigation had led them to search the two areas of bushland and a light industrial area around Heidelberg west of Waterdale Road. Hopefully they sort that out. Here we go. I was at ABC. Scott Morrison has slammed the ABC after it examined his close friend involvement in QAnon and claims he could influence the PM. This is a mainstream news. I'm not promoting anything here. I'm reading this news just for YouTube in case you didn't know. Because YouTube can't really tell but the difference between, like, when you're reading mainstream news, if you say those words, they don't know. So they'll just, they will censor a little bit in the way that it won't be monetized. But this is actually a mainstream news article, so I'm letting them know by saying this, guys. Sorry. The Prime Minister has slammed the ABC's baseless conspiracy theories over claims he was influenced by old family friends linked to the QAnon cult to refer to ritual sex abuse, or that he planned to go on holiday with a couple in Hawaii during the bushfires. The ABC's Four Corners program examined the cult on Monday night and the involvement of a Sydney man in Tim Stewart, whose activities have divided his own family and prompted his own sister to dob him into the National Terror Hotline. You know who that is? You're kidding. Oh, look, guys, I'm not sure. I really cannot say for sure, but that's who I think, because he mentioned being mentioned. Mr. Morrison and his wife Jenny have been family friends with Mr. Stewart and his wife Linnell since the 1990s. Jenny Morrison previously employed Linnell Stewart at Kirribilli in a taxpayer-funded job. Both women were bridesmaids at each other's wedding, and Mr. Stewart has posted pictures of himself at Kirribilli on social media. So what? According to Four Corners, the Stewart family also told Mr. Stewart's mother that they planned to go on holiday in Hawaii with them. This is sounds like a hit piece. This is what I was sort of waiting for them to do to me. According to Four Corners, the Stewart family also told Mr. Stewart's mother they planned to go on holiday in Hawaii with the Morrison family. Well, I've got nothing to do with the Morrison family. I've got nothing to do with anyone. I'm just a person sitting in a bedroom trying to make sense of what is going on right now. Tim and Linnell were just sharing that there was a holiday planned in Hawaii, and my impression was that there was a holiday planned in Hawaii. What? Okay, it doesn't make sense. And my impression was it was going to be quite a few families, which would include many who've been going to Hawaii for years. Scott and Jenny were going to go there as well. That was mentioned. Scott and Jenny were going to go. Why do they keep saying the same thing twice? Four Corners reported the Prime Minister was forced to cut short his trip after a public backlash that he's secretly gone on holidays during the bushfires on the same day as Tim Stewart's family fled to Hawaii. Flew, not fled. Flew. Jeez. News.com.au has contacted the Prime Minister's office for comment. Government sources claimed the Morrison family had not planned the holiday with the couple despite both flying around the same time. A spokesman for the PM said he did not plan to answer questions raised by the ABC program because the ABC are hit-piecing everybody. The government will not be responding to the baseless conspiracy theories being peddled by Four Corners, the Prime Minister's spokesman told news.com.au. The ABC's Four Corners program also canvassed long-standing claims that an old family friend of Scott Morrison boasted in text messages to QAnon supporters that he could get the Prime Minister to include the term ritual sex abuse in a major speech and planned to holiday with the Prime Minister and his wife during the couple's bushfire holiday in Hawaii. Mr. Morrison then used the term in a formal apology to victims of said abuse. But speaking on background, government sources insisted the use of the term came from a victim of abuse, not Mr. Stewart. Private messages on the encrypted app Signal, which have been released by LBRY, also reveal that Mr. Stewart had been boasting he had ways of encouraging the use of the term ritual abuse in the Prime Minister's formal apology. Four Corners said the Prime Minister had refused to say on the record if he'd been influenced by Mr. Stewart to include the reference. Despite being asked repeatedly, the Prime Minister has not answered Four Corners' questions on the record about whether Tim Stewart passed on information to him about the wording of the apology, the report said. Well, let's see what they say about it. Quick guide to QAnon. The central claim of QAnon, which has come to cover a broad range of conspiracy theories, is that the world is under the control of devil-worshipping elites engaged in pedophilia and human trafficking. In October 2017, a supposed US government insider began posting on internet message board 4chan. Followers believe the cryptic messages related to a righteous battle to unmask the evil cabal. Donald Trump, the former US president, was believed to be secretly leading the fight, with Q predicting the storm when the crimes would be exposed and many prominent people arrested. And when that didn't happen, hardline followers are flexible. When a prediction doesn't come true, interpretations or timelines can change to explain away discrepancies. Is it dangerous? On a personal level, many families have been aghast to see members sucked into the world of QAnon, often out of reach of reason. Supporters were part of the storming of the US Capitol in January 2021. Really? And before that, the FBI reportedly identified fringe conspiracy theories as a domestic terrorism threat. Well. The estranged family of Mr. Stewart told Four Corners that in light of his friendship with the Prime Minister, his proximity to the movement was such a concern that Mr. Stewart's sister reported the man to the National Security Hotline. And isn't that just great that the media do a hit piece? And they've done it the whole way through. They've made fun of it, and everyone else has as well, to the point where a family member will report someone to a national security hotline. Wow, hey? Wow is all I can say. If that is the case, that family member, oh my goodness. Mr. Stewart often celebrated his friendship with the Prime Minister on social media with posts of the pair together at Kirribilli House. However, Mr. Stewart told Four Corners any suggestion he supported violence like the US Capitol riots was nonsense. In fact, no one supported that. Yeah, no one supported that. I'm too busy to read questions relating to the nonsense that's been put out there, which are just hit pieces, he said. Exactly. He's previously told The Guardian it was completely wrong to suggest he was influencing the Prime Minister. I've never spoken to Scott about anything of a political nature. I'm not an advisor. The idea of me talking to him about this is just not true, he said. Mr. Stewart's estranged sister Karen Stewart, who is a former candidate for the Greens, has been open about her concerns regarding her brother's views on social media for years. Well, that just says it all. That says it all. I'm sorry. Tim believes, and then she says, Tim believes that the world has really been taken over by satanic pedophiles or Luciferian pedophiles, she told Four Corners. What was that? Pressure building on PM over cruel issue. Oh. Yeah, see, they put pressure on him because of that little girl they show who's in hospital now from the immigration centre. At a press conference in Canberra last week, the Prime Minister criticised the ABC for pursuing the story and said he wanted to make it clear he had no links with the cult whatsoever. I find it deeply offensive that there would be any suggestion that I would have any involvement or support for such a dangerous organisation, Mr Morrison said. I clearly do not. The long-awaited program was delayed earlier this month amid a storm of controversy and complaints from Prime Minister Scott Morrison. The ABC's Managing Director David Anderson has previously rejected reports that he pulled the program, prepared by multi-Walkley award-winning journalist Louise Milligan. It follows Ms Milligan's high-profile defamation battle with former Attorney General Christian Porter that he has now discontinued and will not pursue further. The ABC News Director Gavin Morris is understood to have upwardly referred the episode to the Managing Director ahead of his appearance at Senate estimates. It's also emerged that the ABC's political editor, Andrew Probyn, was asked to put a series of questions to Mr Morrison at a press conference by Four Corners, but declined to do so. His refusal to assist his Four Corners colleagues and details of the conversations between the ABC's Canberra Bureau and Four Corners was then leaked to newspapers. Probyn declined to comment on the claims. Well, there you go. They're attacking it. Interesting. What else have we got here? Father allegedly murders his daughter after she accused him of sexual abuse before getting his wife to cover it up, a UK court heard. I don't really trust yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, let's see what real estate. Have you guys noticed that everything we buy is getting smaller? It doesn't matter what you're looking at, whether it's a bar of chocolate. We used to have Cadbury 250 gram bars of chocolate. Now they're 200 gram bars of chocolate. And they cost more. It's the same as housing. We used to buy a house and a bit of land, like a little bit of land, like not even, but these days you get this tiny little block and it costs more than it did back then. Yeah, that's because inflation is done by people like, where are we? This. That's how it works. That's how they do it. Okay, anyway, a rundown one-bedroom home on less than 200 square metres has fetched an eye-watering price in an auction in Brisbane. The original 1880 Workers' College in Petrie Terrace was owned by the family of local rugby league great Cole Weir, who died last year at the age of 84. Marketing agent James Curtin of Place Wollongabba said the sale price of $855,000 for the unrenovated one-bedder at 13 Crown Street was about $100,000 over the reserve. Wow. $880, what? $855,000 for a one-bedroom. Jeez Louise. That's what I mean. Everything's getting smaller. The land's getting smaller. Our food's getting smaller. You used to buy a bag of chips. They were pretty big. Now they're shrinking. But the price that you pay for the same, well, for less than what you used to, is more. How does that make sense? Okay, there's one more story I'd like to read. Dangerous consequence of state's rental crisis. In Queensland, apparently. From holiday spots and outback towns to family-friendly suburbs, regional Queensland is in the grips of a rental vacancy crisis, with some suburbs seeing an almost complete collapse of supply. New data from REA Group shows that the top 10 towns and suburbs with the biggest falls in rental listings. The tourist mecca of Airlie Beach tops the list. A magnet for celebrity holidaymakers and backpackers, the Whitsundays gem has seen the sharpest drop in available rental listings, with showing a fall of 92% from 86 listings in May last year to just 7 listings in May this year. Just one rental was available last week, a 3-bedroom unit for $850 a week. Jesus. Sorry. That is really expensive. But it is on the Whitsundays. You got a nice view. Yeah, but you're paying $850. Oh my goodness. Rental vacancies in the Whitsunday region sit at 1.5%, according to the latest rental vacancies report from the Real Estate Institute of Queensland. And this is what happened, see? With a drop of listings of 88%, available rentals in Cannon Vale, just a short drive from Airlie Beach, have also fallen off a cliff. Just 8 rentals were listed on realestate.com last week. Ray White, with Sunday's principal, Mark Beale, said a lot of holiday lets entered the permanent rental pool when borders closed, but many had since returned to short-term accommodation. He said they were also losing 10 to 12 rental properties a month from their rental roll as tenants and existing buyers bought up traditional rental stock. We have a lot of people moving here, not just from Sydney and Melbourne, but also resource sector workers, he said. We're also losing people from town, nurses, park rangers, tradies. We have the essential workers leaving town because they just can't get anything and are commuting back in. Everyone is also looking for staff. Hamilton Island needs 200, but the lack of properties is making it harder. Mr. Beale said there needed to be more land and incentives made so that new stock could be built in the region. Really? How about flooding? How about stopping the flood of people? Not from state to state, but from outside. And it's not just holiday havens that are being affected, with outback towns and family-friendly suburbs in Townsville also feeling the pinch. And Australia's housing is priced way too high. It is not... It's not okay. Your average house in where I am, in the outer suburbs of Sydney, I mean the outer suburbs, like 2 hours away from Sydney, is around $600,000-$700,000, even up here, where I am, and it's far away from the city. And the closer you go, the more expensive they get. So, yeah, I think you've really got to look at the population and the population growth and see where it's coming from. And I guarantee you'll find the problem when you do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. It's been about an hour. Wow. I'm hoping this goes up. I'm about to make a video for Rumble as well, but I have a feeling this one will be uploaded way after that because I'm going to have to wait out the checks and probably appeal, and hopefully they don't take it down as soon as I try to upload it. I don't believe I've said anything wrong here. So, yeah, hopefully it gets uploaded, guys. I'm hoping you see it. I'm trying to get a little bit back into reading some news. I've got to be careful with what I say. But anyway, okay, guys, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget to let me know in the comments what you think of all this. Okay, guys, have a good one. Bye.